And many of you, even you did not write me hard lines, but some wrote hard lines, almost like commanding me to change this word instantly using the power of God. I'm not endowed with the power to change this word instantly. No master can do that, but have to reason with the humans and awaken them again so that they listen to logic and follow God, remember God, worship God again, and do meditation to go close to God. The Kuan Yin method is the one by which you can go direct to God and ask Him what you want. And it assure that you will go to heaven. Of course, if you practice the meditation instructed to you and also keep your precepts. I ask people to keep the 5 precepts. And that, of course, includes the vegan diet. Yeah? I'm telling you all that, even though it's ABC. But I remember when I was younger before, even though I really detested milk, when I grew up, I also didn't know why. Because even when I went to India to study with some teachers, I saw the cow people just walk around on the street or in the meadows. Nobody does anything to them. And the Indian people, they take the West diet, including this milk from the cow people. Uh, so I thought, okay, they just milk the cow, and the cow has a lot of milk anyway. One of her children could never take all that milk. So the humans share some of the milk. And I thought it was all right with me until I saw, even though I never liked milk, I never liked it, even when I was young. I always felt like, it's from the stomach of the animal people. I didn't know much about compassion or anything at that time. I thought it's from the stomach of the animal people. Oh, yuck, Yeah, like honey and all that. I never liked, really. It's just when you see other people have it, they give it to you. You just taste it here and there, and maybe you feel okay at that time. But I never was really addicted to animal people products. It made me feel very uncomfortable, and I vomited sometimes, even thinking about it. Of course, this is all now, yeah. Sorry, I don't have any writing. I just have to remember what I want to tell you, so it doesn't go as orderly as I would like. Never mind. What else then? We talk about the path to God and the path to hell. We talk about that already, and now you understand why it's not like costless to follow a devil path. You have to give something, and that something is not very morally fit, and that something might make you feel very, very scared. But after a while, you get used to it, and you will become like the devils themselves. So be careful. Don't follow that kind of path, even though it might feel satisfactory for a few moments. It's just like alcohol or drugs. It will give you a bad effect, bad retribution afterward. And these devils, they will not give you anything for free. Not like the way of God that's been brought down to humankind by all masters since time immemorial. The way of God is always good for you, good for your family, your loved ones, and good for anyone else in the world. But the way of devils is always of harming, hurting, feeling, because they're sadistic. They don't know anything. That's their natural way of life. They don't know anything about benevolence or forgiveness. All they do is just harming. And if you follow them, you have to harm somebody. They make you vow to harm the dearest ones to you, like your sons, your husband, or your daughters, or whomever they want, in exchange for the power, so that you can harm any others whom you feel like they are your enemies. You have to even harm your own loved ones. That is not the way that we humans, the crown of the creation, want to live by. So now you understand why that woman, though I never done anything to harm her, because of her jealousy, she would listen to the demons to try to harm me. And because of having this power, she had to pay dearly, like she could kill her husband and already ruin the life of the two boys, that and her son. Not because she really needs them or likes them or loves them that much or anything. It's just the vow she made, she has to fulfill to reassure the demons that she really, really follows them and really is subdued by their power and really can be trusted to join them to do horrible stuff to humans or even dogs or cats or cows, people. You heard sometimes suddenly the good dog who has been very harmonious, peaceful all his life suddenly kills that person or that child for no reason at all, not provoked even. Suddenly he just jumps on them and bites them.
A North Texas woman is attacked while on a dog sitting job in Coppell.
The dogs, in the instant after she opened the door, were not like the lovely dogs Jacqueline said she had met once before. When the dogs rushed her, the door was left open, and that triggered a security alarm at the home of Justin and Ashley Bishop.
Have you had any problems with dogs?
Zero. I have 3 kids, one's 3 years old. No history of violence, none.
These are the same dogs who you had met a week earlier that you said were lovely. Yeah. Lovely one week and killers the next. How do you square the two?
Honestly, I'm speechless. They don't change their attitude from the time that I meet them to the time that I go there for the first time.
That is because the demons are behind that dog. Or one of the neighbors could be a witch and doesn't like that dog. And then she will do some witchcraft trick. And finally, at the end, the dog cannot withstand it. He's just a dog. He's just a dog. Even humans cannot withstand it, not to talk about little animals, helpless. And even been fed animal people meat all his life. Not that he likes it. Oh dear, this world. So many things have been done already. But the humans want to go through too many trials and tribulations in order to become greater, like maybe to become higher divas or gods in the kingdom, or later can be an assistant of a master or become a master in trillions of years, who knows. Imagine, do you remember the many stories I told you about the Buddha's past lives or many things that I have not even told you yet? But the Buddha has become Buddha long, eons ago already. But he came down to the human world in order to help this and that person, this and that country, and had to endure all kinds of things. He had to do all kinds of things in order to take the karmas of the humans. But there's one good thing about this. The Buddha was praised as being the world savior. Jesus Christ and many other great masters have also been praised as world saviors, but we don't see what they did. They came with blessing, lifting the world up to some degree. That's why our world became more civilized, more comfortable, with many more new inventions that help us to live more comfortably. But because of that, we forget to thank God and thank the Master, and we use them to do more harm because of greed, because of disrespect for the blessing of the saints that have been manifested through many more comfortable means for our lives. We think, oh, we are clever, we are good, so we can invent this, invent that, and then finally invented the atom bomb and harm so many. The effect is still lasting many generations now. The poor Japanese generations after the bomb still suffer so much. The same with Agent Orange in Vietnam. Children born nowadays still suffer from so many horrible effects that disfigure them, that make their life hell.
Science is still learning from the survivors of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings.
The scientists who designed the first atomic weapons did not spend much time researching the long-term health consequences of their devastating creation. Joint Japanese and U.S. study has been following the survivors of the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki for nearly 70 years. Researchers here have published hundreds of papers documenting the links between radiation and its ill health effects, primarily cancer. Among the findings over the years, thyroid cancer and leukemia are the first to strike. Solid cancers come 10 to 30 years later. A single exposure increases cancer risk for life.
A powerful herbicide that the United States military used during the Vietnam War, and one that's been tied to serious health problems for the people exposed to it. The answer is Agent Orange. Veterans returning from Vietnam started reporting these health problems in increasing numbers: cancer, birth defects, miscarriages, and skin diseases, among other issues. Over 2.5 million US soldiers were exposed to Agent Orange during the war. And let's not forget about the Vietnamese. Researchers in Vietnam claim that some 2 million cancers and other diseases, and 500,000 birth defects, were caused in that country by exposure to Agent Orange. And despite some bilateral cleanup efforts, the chemicals continue to pollute the soil there to this day. The fighting in Vietnam may be long over, but its legacy haunts both sides of the conflict, thanks in part to Agent Orange.
You see, so it's easy to say, oh, I want to become a master, I want to become a saint, so I come down and do everything so that I will be greater in heavens. It's easy to say that, but the Maya will not let you be. The Maya will invent even more horrible traps, horrible temptations, and alluring poisons to just keep you almost like forever in the physical domain and suffering. Some might not ever get out. Yeah, but the soul have a connection with God anyway, so sooner or later they will wake up. After they suffer too much life after life, then they will wake up. Life after life, they'll endure all kinds of hardship, pain, sorrow, and disgrace or disappointment and hell. Then one day they will just had enough. They will pray for liberation, truly from their heart. They will give anything. They would forsake all lowly desire and just desire to go back home. And at that time, they will have the fortune to meet a master who will take them home. Why do we need a master to take us home? Because the master is the one who knows the way. They traveled this way to come down, to take you back home. They know what to do. It's a guide, you see, heavenward. Just like in this world, sometimes you want to go visit some area which you have never been to before. You hire a guide, or you go in a group, and there's a guide who will show you everything, maybe in a museum or in an area of the river or some cities, sightseeing. Yeah, you need that guide. To go alone, it takes so much trouble. Maybe you get lost. And you might be in danger also because you might be in some notoriously bad areas and be attacked, The tourists would be attacked by robbers or whatever, okay? Or be in some dangerous area that you don't know what it is. Just say recently even, like the Russian soldiers, they didn't know the very dangerous area in Chernobyl or something which used to be a nuclear area before, and they dug trenches to keep themselves safe there. And then they all became very ill because that place is laden with nuclear radiation. And it's still there, it's too strong, so all of them got sick and had to move out. The personnel who still worked in that area, in that factory before, they knew that place was not good, but the Russian soldiers, they did not listen. So they all fell ill. I wonder if they're still alive or dead or maybe seriously wounded, inside out and could not function anymore. Living like a vegetable, Yes. So this world is full of dangers, and the way to heaven, you have to go through some kind of devilish area, and if you don't know the way, you will be caught by them or entrapped by them or enslaved by them, and you won't be able to get out. That's why you need a master to teach you how to protect yourself. That's the thing. My initiates have been taught how to protect themselves as well. Not just every day they have to always call a master to protect them. The master will come only when you really cannot protect yourself in some situation. The master would come anyway without you even asking, because the master has numerous manifestation bodies that would be with you 24/7. And you yourself, as a disciple, have to keep doing your work also, your homework, like you have to meditate, how long a day, and you have to keep the purity of your soul, your mind, and your body by adhering to the vegan diet, not harming any beings. Not just a diet, but then you have to help. If animal people come into your house, you don't beat them, you gently, lead them out of your house. Even insects, you trap them in a box or something and then you free them outside. The vegan way of life. Also, you talk nicely to people, you bless people. and you help whoever needs help if you can, if you know about it. You see, it's not just eating the vegetables. And nowadays we have a lot of products that made. They look even like the animal people and the fish people, meat that you've been craving for, and it tastes very satisfactory to you. And you need nothing. You don't want any animal people meat, and you don't take alcohol and all that. All this belongs to a vegan diet of a spiritual practitioner. And you don't steal things from people. For example, we talked about this before already, so I don't want to keep telling you again. And now you, the so-called initiate, the one who have faith in my power, now you understand. Humans have God inside and the free will given to them. They have to choose